Hello, everybody. This is Julissa. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who's listening in the podcast. Today is Tuesday, October the 8th, 2024. I wanted to come here, guys, and speak about the current situation right now happening in Florida. But before I continue, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who follows me on Spotify, everybody who's listening using YouTube. Thank you so much for the new subscribers. And of course, to our newest audience in Pandora, thank you so much, everybody, for listening. I wanted to come here, guys, and let you know that I've been praying a lot for this storm, Milton, that's coming. It's supposed to hit Florida tomorrow morning, tomorrow, Wednesday. It's really crazy. I mean, I know it's hurricane season right now, but it's kind of like, it's so sad to see how Hurricane Helene happened and it did a lot of damage. And right now, this storm Milton, Hurricane Milton, that is coming to see everybody, leaving their home, trying to seek shelter. A lot of people in nursing homes not even able to leave, and if there's no shelter for them, the doctors, the nurses, CNAs, they need to stay to be with them and provide care, and those people also have their families. So it's this storm. Every time I see evacuations and people trying to find shelter, it's so sad to see that. I've been praying for you guys a lot. I just wanted to come here and do this quick video. And if you're watching this and you have, if you're from Florida, you live there, or if you have family in Florida, I just wanted to say be safe, everybody. Follow the authorities. Follow if they say you have to evacuate, please do so. I know it's hard. I know a lot of the times, we want to. We think there's a lot of people who went through the recent storm, Hurricane Helene, and they were saying they would have wished that they had evacuated because it got so bad. Sometimes with the weather thing is nobody can predict that. As much as technology and things like that, we really don't know what could happen. So seek shelter, don't lose the faith, don't lose the hope, and just be safe out there and check on your neighbors. Okay, let me read to you guys. I know it went down to category 4 and quickly came back up to category 5 from the latest model. Let me see if I can get more information about Hurricane Milton. I know they were saying how quickly this storm just grew so quick. It was just like on Sunday, that's when they were like, oh, it's category 5 now. It's so crazy. But Milton rare origin, it says here. Milton, the Hurricane Milton, rapid rise has jolted a southeastern region still recovering from Hurricane Helene, which made landfall in Florida, Big Bend region on September 26th. So today is October 8th. Florida was dealing with Hurricane Helene on September 26th. That storm killed more than 230 people in 6 states. So it wasn't just Florida, by the way. The latest hurricane is a rare product of the southwest Gulf of Mexico rather than the Caribbean or the Atlantic. Milton started as a tropical depression in the Gulf Bay of Campeche, sheltered behind the western coast of Mexico Yucatan Peninsula. A hurricane taking that path from the bay to Florida is exceptionally rare. The last time it was recorded happening was 1867. Let me just tell you something else. This storm they're saying is going to be very historical. One thing I noticed though, watching the news and watching the live press conference that the governor DeSantis was doing, I was like, there's something about his body language that it could be so alarming. Not only that, then you have weathermen, crying. They're crying live on air, right? And then you have DeSantis, Mr. I'm not trying to say, but he's like the leader over there. And during the whole pandemic, he was such from what I remember, he was such a great leader. And then to see him to see DeSantis like that during the live press conference, it was just very odd, because you expect him to be, more, we're ready for this. And maybe he probably said that, but his body language was saying something else. I'm sure a lot of people were able to see that, because we can say a lot of things, we can speak and say a lot of things, but a lot of the times what we really thinking is shown in our body language, okay? That's what I got from him, and it was a little concerning. And also to see, right now I was just watching it live from Florida highways, and you see it's still back-to-back traffic, people trying to leave the area still. I also read that some, like I told you, some nursing homes were having issues, like accommodating residents trying to leave the area and all of that. That's crazy. Sometimes, sometimes when we see stories like this, I never been really in a situation where I have to leave my home because of a storm. Thanks be to God. Like I told you guys, people who live in Florida in those areas that are usually affected by hurricane, I don't know how you guys do it. Because this is not the first time. I know this storm is very big. Milton is very big, but it's not rare to see people evacuating, prepping their houses and things like that. But this happens so often. So I always wow. I always, I always wonder, you guys must be that's crazy to just change everything and be okay, we have to evacuate, find shelter, in North Carolina or whatever, far, far away, another state. So it's just, it's just crazy. Let me see. So right now, Hurricane Milton is Category 5. And it says here, the fluctuation of intensity has been expected to teeter between Category 4 and 5. A 9-volt replacement cycle was completed, and that is why this has re-intensified. So that's what happened. It was Category 5 yesterday. Today it went down to Category 4, like I said earlier. And just recently, an hour ago or something, then now they're saying it's Category 5. This is common with superstorms like this. In the latest report from National Hurricane Center at 8 p.m. just today, right? It's about 10:30 Eastern Time. The winds were 165 miles per hour, making it Category 5. The eye had cleared out and appeared to be larger on satellite images. The eye was at 9 p.m. about an hour and a half ago. The eye was 440 miles from Tampa, moving east-northeast at 10 miles per hour. This will travel faster as it gets closer. Milton has been a tightly compacted storm, but will double in size as it will eventually weaken and approach land on Wednesday. So it's heading that way, obviously. I think Tampa is going to be the most affected based on that. But like I told you guys, all the technology sometimes is hard for us to predict the weather. But at the end of the day, you guys, what matters the most, and I'm going to say this, I know some people are it's just having a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Nothing else really matters. We're human beings living on this earth. We're vulnerable to all of this stuff, right? Anything can happen. So we just have to have the faith and know that nothing is taking God by surprise, He knows everything that's happening. So you just have to pray and have the faith and, and see what the outcome is going to be, basically. So we continue to pray. Like I said, God, God is not going to be oh, did that storm hit already? Oh, I didn't. Give me an update on Milton. He knows all of that, right? Sometimes we think we put God in our human reasoning. So we just have to, be safe, pray about it, and, put our faith in Jesus Christ. Really, nothing else matters, guys. So I pray for you guys, everybody who's being affected by this, everybody who had to leave their homes, people who couldn't evacuate. There's a lot of people who couldn't evacuate. A lot of people are saying, now it's kind of like late. The traffic is crazy. The last thing that you want to be doing is to wait too long to evacuate and then be driving during the storm, right? Like, who wants to do that? So just be safe, and like everybody who works in public service, first responders, fire department, everybody, everything that's included in that, rescue missions, people who go out and like, even the people who answer the phone when somebody calls for her, anybody, right? We pray for you guys. We hope that, because a lot of the times we expect people to be there available when somebody calls and when somebody needs the help. And everybody else also has families. So I know it's hard for them to also leave their family and like be responsible for the work and all of that stuff, but they also have to find shelter for their own families too. So we pray that God will guide you through this storm like He always have, and just keep, don't lose the hope. Be safe, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who's listening in the podcast. Have a good day, everybody. God bless.